Hi. So this is a story of how I used to hate running, but then I realized I could not live without it. So earlier in my life, in my childhood, I was really skinny. I was about, I didn't reach 100 pounds until about sixth grade. I was really small. I was short too. And this caused me to not have a lot of muscle mass, not have a lot of endurance, just generally not be a very athletically gifted kid. Um, I this would then cause me to really not exercise very much. Most of the exercise I would get would be during the fall in soccer season because I played soccer, that being one of the few sports I played. And so during soccer season, during the fall, this would be the best shape I was in all year. And another thing about me as a kid was I tended to be a pretty melancholy kid. I wasn't sad necessarily, but I wasn't always the most upbeat, chipper kid. But during the fall, when I'd be playing soccer, was when I'd be in my best mood. And I never really knew why. I would just always be happier in the fall. Well, fast forward a few years to 2020 or around then during the COVID pandemic. Um, I've gotten a little bigger, you know. I'm still not huge, but I've grown into myself a little bit. But anyway, during the pandemic, I was stuck inside. Um, so I wasn't really exercising much at all, laying in bed most of the day, um, and not really seeing the sun very much. And so this all coincided with me also just generally not being in a very good mood. Okay, so I'm at what might be my lowest mental point. You know, I was in a pretty sad state, not very happy. One day, you know, when I reached a kind of a breaking point, maybe I was like, I'm gonna go outside and run a mile. I don't know what prompted me to do this, but some instinct in me told me I'm just gonna go run a mile just for the heck of it. And I did that. And while I was doing it, it was terrible for most of the time. For probably 80% of the run, I hated it and regretted the decision. Until about, you know, what I had done is I'd gone in a circle around my neighborhood until I was about a block back from my house, you know. I was just like, at the time, I was like, oh, I can't wait until this is over. I just want to get to my house. But then I started feeling kind of good. You know, I had the pain that was in my legs was kind of fading away a little bit. And the frustration I was feeling and having to run was kind of gone. And I felt it kind of uplifting of myself. I felt a little happier, a little more energetic somehow, even though it doesn't really make a lot of sense because I've been using all my energy running, but I felt like I had a little more energy. Okay? Um, and so I got home and I sat down and I felt the best I'd felt in a long time. And I was like, what could have caused this? Clearly, it had been my spontaneous mile run throughout the neighborhood. So since that day, I decided to make this a regular thing. I went on a run the next day, and I felt the same way. And I figured this has got to be what's doing it for me. So I decided to make a consistent schedule. I would run about 5 times a week, weekdays, taking a break on the weekends. And I started to feel more focused in my schoolwork, more energetic in the things I was doing. I wasn't sleeping as much. I had been sleeping a lot during the COVID pandemic. I'd sleep 8 hours at night and then take a 2, 3 hour nap during the day. I had eliminated that. I was drinking less coffee. I just was a more healthy human being, and my brain was more comfortable with itself. I wasn't as deeply isolated as I was because I was getting outside more. Was another thing. Now, if you can't tell from my anecdotal story, running really can help you feel a lot better in both your body and your brain. That's what I'm really getting at. According to the study by the National Institute of Health, um, people tested before running and then after running for their mood. After running, they they had significantly elevated moods, scored much higher in in happiness and fulfillment, and they scored much lower in areas of depression and anxiety. For whatever reason, the science on this is very complicated, but it's a natural things for people to do. And the more they do it, the science has shown, the happier they feel and the more fulfilled they feel. I can personally attest for me, when I've gone through phases where I haven't ran, I feel significantly less motivated to do the things I have to do. I've even seen a visible slip in my grades when I run less because I have less energy. I'm more focused on sleeping or doing whatever else I would be doing. But if I run, I have that time in the day where I, I expel my frustrations and can uplift myself enough to accomplish the tasks I need to do for that day. All right. So if I had to call on you as an audience to do anything, and I'm almost sure that this would help you. My sister runs as well, and she would attest to the same thing. Most of my family runs actually, and they all insist on the many benefits of running. So today, what you can do is download an easy to use running app, uh, something like Strava or Nike Run Club. I have Strava myself. It's a wonderful application. And these services make it simple and easy to track your running and run more. So even just running a little bit every day will help. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something is all you need. And then soon enough, probably sooner than you even think, maybe right after the run, you'll start looking at life with new, fresher, happier eyes. Thank you.